Okay, welcome back. So I have some more to add. I wish I could just maybe find an easier, better way to do this. I have some more to add. I think possibly the Lord has given me some directives, and maybe either wanting me to do more teaching or learning, or both. I don't know. But I keep getting this number 20. So I did this message this morning, and then I left. I went for a walk, and I wouldn't have seen it if I would have went the other way, which my daughter wanted to go because our new friend showed us a different, what he called a shortcut. I don't think it's any shorter than the way I went, so I wanted to go the way I normally go. And I went that way, and sure enough, I look over, and it's a little silver car, and it's a number 20 on the car. And boom, a message starts. I look down at my phone. Hobbs, can you please stop? And I get this message from Raina. It's in the details in the last video I posted. I got so many codes on it, and the Lord wanted me to send some energy that way and put some anointing on her channel, so I did. And her message was very, very aligned with what I'm seeing in the moment while I'm seeing it. Very, very aligned. And a beautiful, perfect message right now. So we've been watching that movie. I think it's called Sea Beast or Sea Creature. Sea Beast. I didn't get to finish it. I like it so much. I went and got movie night stuff just so we could sit down and watch this movie. So please listen to Raina's message and leave some love for Raina. And here's what we were both getting. We were getting a countdown. And I had to stop her message, go to the store. Like a half hour, 45 minutes had gone by, came back home. I came in the door. My daughter's yelling out, 234, 234. She's counting something outside. I don't know what it was, but she's hollering out 234. And I click on Raina's video again. I got another code. I got a code both times I got on it. This time was 19611 or 16911. Not sure. And as soon as I see that and I put it in her comments and I'm listening, she's like, I'm getting a message about 1111 and 9. She starts telling you what 1111 means. And she starts telling you what she's getting. And divine. Perfect. And I was so excited. And I had just gotten 123 on my clock. 50%. Now she says we're at a countdown. And I'm like, we sure are. And I've been saying we're moving back up the spiral now in the ascension. We went. I describe it as floating back up the spiral. So those of us who went through the ascension of Gaia and have that awareness, and we received our directives during that was like our first wave of awakening. First, second, third, and fourth wave, whatever. There's usually up to 5 waves during ascension phases. So we had kind of like 5 big waves of awakening, and chakra activations and anointings came, and directives came, and he unified us, and we went through this huge, massive collective awakening. We all found our counterparts. We found each other, and I was given these channelings. And I was saying that it was going to be something like we were floating up this spiral, and I was trying to describe it as like you go and when we're I'm stuttering a lot today. I do that sometimes when I channel my bestie. It's like we threw the parachute up in class, in gym class, or sometimes we would go out on the playground and we would do this as an activity with the teachers and stuff. Throwing the parachute up, big red parachute. The song from Katy Perry came up while I was hearing the message from Raina, the song I'll Still Rise, or I Won't Negotiate, I'll Still Rise. I forget the name of the song, but those are the lyrics, and a couple other songs. And there were very significant energies right now. And I said, we're going to be floating back up this spiral, and we're going to have to gather up our jackets, our shoes, our scarves, our hats, whatever we had on. We would take everything that we could off except for like our shirt and pants. And then before the parachute came back down, we had to find our shoes and get them on. And this was a twin flame message. So now we're floating back up the spiral. And it's like we're moving through our ascension, through the atmosphere, and we went through a porthole. It's sort of like this. And then the middle's like a serpent, kind of like all these crazy spirals. That's why we're having like these lessons. We're reviewing and going over things over and over and over because we got into the spiral. And some people said we're trapped in a loop, but that's because we were going through the spiral. So this was the first phase of ascension. Then we were in the spiral, circling around, circling around, circling around, going over and over and over again. And now we're starting to float back up the spiral. So we should come out of these energies that we experienced while we were moving through the ascension. All the way back to 1976. So that's God's focus right now, is that generation. That would be my generation and generations after that. And some of those generations overlap in our families and in our monads. Some of us are not that far apart from aunts and uncles, nieces, nephews, things like that. And we have big families. So when we went through a lot of this like loop-de-loo stuff. So this is really good news. We're moving back up out of this spiral, and we're at some sort of countdown. She sees it. I see it. I'm sure some others are seeing it because I haven't heard from everybody, of course. And Michael's keeping us unified as we go back up this spiral. And also, like, you jump out of a plane. You saw, like, the movie with Keanu Reeves where they're, like, robbing banks and putting on those masks. And they're, like, jumping out of the planes and stuff like that. There's other movies too. There was a lot of movies back around that time of people jumping out of airplanes. I always said I wanted to do it because I heard a story of a lady who had the exact same eye problem as me. She was born with it. It wasn't a regular stigmatism. And she jumped out of an airplane and there was a pop and her vision came 20/20. So now I'm getting these 20s. So then this part I didn't cover yet. So I see the 20 on the little silver car, and I cross over across the street, go through this little area. I'm listening. I'm getting that it's a perfect message. And she calls out what Gabriel's job is and some other things. And I'm like, yes, I'm getting all charged up because it's the same thing I understand as truth too. And I know that we're about to receive directives from Archangel Michael, and I always get really excited when I'm receiving directives. And I jump up and I threw my hand up and I'm behind the church. And it's like in that moment, the message and the energy that I was receiving was just so exciting that I just wanted to jump up and click my heels and celebrate. And so I go, woohoo, like that. Before I left that parking lot, a giant truck or something goes by and boom. And I was like, and me and my daughter jump a little bit and I was like, oh, wow. And we get over to the store and all these, and I'm receiving the message, and there's something comes up about college. And as I am going into the store, I see all these college kids. I'm like, okay, so he is talking about college. I'm getting that he's talking about college. So I live in a college neighborhood. Not a huge surprise that I would see college students, but the way I was seeing it. And I go in the bathroom, and there's these college girls, and nothing's happening except for I'm coming out of a stall, or a stall door shuts, and they're all, oh, that scared me. Oh, that scared me. And then in the message I'm listening to, somebody says, this might be like a boom, but just embrace it. And I'm like, okay, so he is preparing us for a big something that's going to open our eyes, something that's going to bring a lot of clarity. And my ears just, whoop, definitely. Whenever I'm channeling, my ears, like on their own, they just perk up. It's really funny. That's been happening to me since 2010, 11, and 12, and is when those things started with me, where I knew something was up with my head. So, big messages. Listen up. Get those ears on. Like, pay attention, because he is giving directives. Life directives for our union, directives for our future, directives for our missions as twin flames, and select souls, elect or select, whatever you want to call that. Well, it's called elect in the Bible. And let's see, so I just got like confirmation every step of the way. I said he wants to guide our steps, and every step of the way to the store and back was nothing but confirmation. I saw 20, maybe 2 more times. And then I posted about this Devil's Tower thing, and I said, some of us think that that's a tree. I believe that. And I believe the Lord confirmed that for me a few years ago, and he'll confirm these things for you too. And as we left the store, we sat down to have a snack, and I look up, and the moon is still out. It's noon. We have a moon at noon. That happens here all the time. I don't know if it's happening where you live, but it's been happening here for many years now. And this big, beautiful moon is hanging out right above this tree. So I got a picture of it. I'm going to add it at the end of this video. So if there's any more to post, I'll post it. I love you all. I always have a lot of messages and guidance and anointed energy and Archangel Michael channelings going on, always, all day, every day. You can always find something going on here with me and with this channel. So I'm not too good at putting together videos and editing videos, obviously, and I'm not that interested in it. He kind of likes the way I work, and we might just stick with it for the most part, but I do want to get a little bit better at it. So, just wish me luck. Everything just moved right before my eyes, like it's a floating. That was weird. Okay. Maybe the Lord has decided to do a miracle with my eyes. Wow. Okay, that was strange. I am going to go chill out and put my feet up and have a cup of tea or something. I don't know if I'm excited or what, but wow, I'm on like a floating energy right now. She's over here playing with an hourglass. Let me show them. See, I said the spiral was like this, and we went through like that. Yeah. That's interesting. I've gotten confirmation about that too. The salt was in the middle of the table. I got lots of messages and codes that came from the Mr. and Mrs. Smith movie. So check that out. Really, really awesome stuff. So those of you who are healers, I want to just throw this in there. Not only is the head and the eye stuff going on, but he's showing me that there's more going on with my legs and my spine and my tailbone and my back than what I am necessarily realizing. So I kind of need to pay some attention to that and put some prayer on that. And he sent me Saint Martin as an example last night, and then we prayed. I did some midnight prayers. Saint Martin was like a healer doctor, and this is the second time. Saint Martin. And this is the second time. And then a guy that I dreamed about that happens to also be a neighbor by the name of Phil was also out while we were out. And I feel that that's connected somehow. I feel like that is connected and has to do with the spine. And some other people might be having healing in the spine at this time. I feel like some people are pregnant. Some people are becoming parents. This could be young people, maybe wanting to avoid becoming parents. I can help with all these things as a healer. So I'm just throwing that out there for prayer, for just for your FYI and awareness.
It's a word puzzle.
A word puzzle? Nice, baby.
Can you play it?
Can I play it? So I love you all. I'm going to go now. Bye.